Welcome to the Yellow Jacket Experience. I'm your host, Seth Dussault, the voice of the Yellow Jackets, and joining me from our women's rugby team is freshman Keiani Pangelinan. She is from Guam, and she comes to us as a criminal justice major, getting ready for her first spring season of rugby. Keiani, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good. Really glad to have you on. Glad to have you as part of the Yellow Jackets family and get a chance to get to know you because we're going to be spending 4 years together at least, so might as well get working on that right now. Let's talk a little bit about where you're from. You're from a town in Guam called Gigo. I hope I'm saying that right, Gigo. What's the sports scene there like, and what kind of things did you do growing up, maybe besides sports? Like, what was your hometown like?
I grew up like watching my mom and my dad play softball, and that was just my life. That I go to baseball fields and watch my family, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's very small. My island's very small.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, just from the little bit of research I've done, the biggest town in Guam is only 20,000 people, so you could kind of fit all of it into Springfield. Not very big. Um,
Yeah.
so you played a lot of sports growing up, and obviously the influence of your parents being athletes probably had an impact on that. But you played rugby, you played soccer, you played volleyball, you played basketball. What did you? What got you into wanting to just play that many different sports, and how have those experiences been for you?
Um, I started in sixth grade. Like I felt like I just wanted to do something instead of like of course my academics too, but I wanted to keep myself occupied. So I joined basketball in sixth grade. Then for our school, or like in Guam, it's like quarters. So like first quarter is like a sport, then second quarter is a different. So I just decided to join each one in every quarter. And yeah.
And you got to be pretty good at some of these sports. Like I was looking through some of the awards you won, some of the teams that you were on. It wasn't like you were just playing just to play. You were a really good athlete. And you got to travel a lot because of that. I saw that you've been to Korea, to China, places like that. What were those experiences like for you?
They were it was pretty like cool like to go to other places around Asia, and it's very what is I experienced so much going out than I did. Yeah.
Are there any particular places that are like especially memorable for you, or maybe like you were like, this was the coolest place that I got to go, kind of thing?
I think it's when I went to I think was that Thailand when we rode elephants. Yeah. That was the most memorable.
Oh wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's not something I've ever been able to do. So, how many different
Yeah.
countries have you actually been to?
I don't. I know it's Malaysia, Korea, Thailand, Taiwan, and I think I went to PI a lot, and Japan, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, and Hong Kong, if I didn't say that. Yeah.
So you've been kind of all over Southeast Asia. Then that's got to be incredible to get to see those kind of different places. How much did those kind of experiences help you when you were making the decision to come to AIC to go to another new place that's obviously very far away from where you're from?
Yeah, it's very far. I feel like I just like to open myself to opportunities and new challenges in life because you can't just stay in your circle for not forever. So I just wanted to open my opportunities.
Now, from what I've been reading, in high school, rugby was actually kind of something you picked up a little bit later. You mentioned that you played
Yeah.
2 years of rugby, whereas you played basketball since sixth grade. What made you get into rugby specifically?
Well, in middle school, I played flag. So, and I really enjoyed playing flag because in Guam it's flag in middle school and tackle in high school. So I really enjoyed it. And then my freshman year, I tried to make a team at my school, but I went to a private school, so it was like very small. And so I really tried to make a team, but that failed. No one wanted to join. So I tried my sophomore year again, and then that didn't go as planned. And then I just I tried junior year, but I just decided I knew there wasn't going to be a team, so I just decided to just open myself up to go to a public school, which is Bukuru High. So I just decided to go there, and that's what started. Because I was just so eager to play. Yeah, 'cause I just wanted to enjoy and experience it.
How did you actually get connected with AIC? I mean, I went and stuck it into Google, and your hometown is just shy of 8,000 miles from Springfield, Massachusetts. So how did you find out about AIC and make that decision that I want to go here?
My I think one of our coaches here contacted my coach in Guam, and he talked to me and he tried to at first I was like nah, I didn't really want to go to college, but then he started to tell me everything, and then I thought about it and I was like I feel like I should because I was an athlete year round with different sports, and imagine me playing rugby, which is my favorite sport, for like my whole 4 years of college, so I can focus on that and I can have more experience than rugby because I really enjoyed 2 years. I wish I played since freshman year, but can experience more at a higher level.
So obviously, this has been a really unusual year with the pandemic. How has it been for you trying to accomplish things? I know the first semester everything was remote. You were still at home. How did that affect you academically, and then as an athlete trying to get to this level of playing at the collegiate level?
Well, when I was doing online for fall, it was like my classes would be like midnight in Guam to like early morning.
Oh
So
boy.
my schedule, yeah, so I just really, in the beginning, it was like very hard. I tried to adjust, but then like a couple weeks, I adjusted like very well.
Now you're on campus this semester, hoping to get to play in the spring, obviously. What kind of training are you doing to be ready for that spring season, and what kind of goals do you have for yourself as a first year player at the collegiate level?
I just when I got here, I just started like working out in my room. Then when I started to meet my teammates across me, me and teammate Leanie, we would run up the stairs here over there, yeah, and then we just worked out.
Now, let's talk about your academics a little bit too. You're a criminal justice major. What made you decide that you wanted to major in criminal justice, and what kind of career goals do you have in mind for yourself, like what you want to do with that?
So I grew up watching like shows about like Criminal Minds and Law and Order with my grandparents, and I just was really interested in what they do. And then I still watch them to this day, even if I watched it ever since. Yeah, I just enjoyed, and I want to do what they do.
Who's your who's your favorite character from those TV shows?
I don't know. I, I forgot their names, but yeah,
Yeah, so there's so many of them. It's hard.
yeah. There's so many. I love all of them.
Yeah, I always like the oh god, is Caruso is the character, I think it is, from CSI Miami, that always does the bad puns and he puts
Oh
the sunglasses on.
yeah.
It's like that's like me as a person. So, but yeah, there's so many of those shows. I grew up watching those too. Who are some professors you've had? I know it's only your first year, so you probably haven't had too many different professors, but who are some that early on in your academic career have stood out as impactful to you?
Professor Payne. Yeah, she's very nice and very she really teaches us and she makes us involved. And yeah, she really made me enjoy learning about criminal justice, like law.
You're, I believe, now the fourth episode in a row where the answer to that question has been Jill McCarthy Payne. She's the best. So I
Yeah.
definitely don't disagree with that answer. How about things about you other than sports? What are some things that you're interested in, or maybe like a talent that you have that people might not know about? Just something about you that's outside of sports that you really enjoy.
I don't really have any other talents. I just love helping people. Like I'm just so kind, and whenever people need anything, they know to come to me because I can't say no. I'm too nice. But I enjoy helping my friends and my family. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to help the people around you. I'll tell you that. Um, so this is the last question, and it's the question that we ask everybody that comes onto this podcast. Who is somebody other than your parents? Because I think everybody pretty much would say mom or dad if that's an option. So other than your parents, who's somebody who's had a major influence on your life, and how have they affected who you are as a person?
Oh, that's very hard. I don't know how to choose. I would say, does grandparents count?
Yeah,
Do they count?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. My grandparents, my grandma and grandpa, I looked up to them. They've raised like we've always like in Guam, family is like everything. I grew up with them. I live right next to them. Like they've just been my rock like ever since. Like when I need something, they're always there without hesitation. When I need to get picked up or anything, they just always guided me throughout life and always pushed me to be my best in everything. I look up to them really, really much. I love them.
Now, are you able to keep in? I would presume you with things like this, like Zoom and all that. You're able to talk to them fairly frequently still, even though you're now 8,000 miles away.
Yes, I call them every day on WhatsApp. Yeah, it's very hard.
As you can't. I feel like I say this every time somebody mentions their grandparents. You can't put a value on good grandparents. I'm lucky to have a couple of fantastic grandparents, so definitely feel that answer in a big way. Well, Keiani, really appreciate your time doing this, getting to know you better. Hoping to get to see you play some rugby this spring and the rest of the team as well. It's been a lot of fun. It's always fun to be part of that sport and that team.
It'd be much better if it was in the summer because at least then I could play.
And so with that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
you're welcome. With that, it's the end of the episode of the Yellow Jacket Experience today, but there'll be plenty more coming up in the next week or so. So keep your eyes peeled all over our social media and on YouTube as well.